Good evening to you all. It is always a delight to come to a culture where people are taught the virtue of calmness from their very childhood. How calmly the children sit in a gathering of this kind. And since you have already learned this from very childhood, I have nothing new to teach you. I only have to remind you of what you already know. The world pulls you through your senses. And for a time you forget your true Buddha nature, your true Christ nature. When you meditate, you remind yourself of that nature. It is not anything new you are doing. When you meditate, you are only going to your own deepest place. It is not something that you did not have and somebody is giving it to you. Your personality is many, many layers of consciousness. On the surface, it is like a stormy sea. But when you go into your own depth, it is absolutely calm. Through meditation, you go to that depth of your own calmness. It is like having been away from home and going back home. Meditation is for you a going back home. This is a great help for meditation. It helps you to sit straight. And sometimes when you want to pretend that you are meditating but you want to sleep, you can also use this instrument. It rests your shoulders and keeps your back in right position. So coming back to your own inner nature, every day take some time to sit back, relax your body. Relax every muscle, from the forehead to your toes, from the toes to your forehead. Feel that you are a temple of divinity, that all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas live in you. Learn to go and commune with them, and they will talk to you. They will answer your questions. It is your own self that will answer your questions. You only need to learn your own true nature. People always talk of the difficulties they have in their life, the angers they have, the fears they have. Why don't you talk about the pleasures you have? Sitting here, are you too hot? Are you too cold? Just right. Well, enjoy that. Your child loves you. Enjoy that. Your husband, your wife sometimes smile for you. Enjoy those moments. You have beautiful thoughts. Learn to put more beautiful thoughts inside you and enjoy them. The moment an angry thought comes in your mind, Remember when you sometimes sat by quiet flowing water? Remember that moment. And the memory of that quiet flowing water will calm your anger. You feel depressed. Think of when you have sat by a blazing fire which is always rising. The memory of that will make you feel that you are blazing like a flame rising upwards. All the instruments to conquer your anger or your depression are inside your mind. This mind is not somebody else's mind, it's your mind. You can do with it whatever you want to do. You are unhappy. Okay, choose that you will not think unhappy thoughts with your mind anymore. Sometimes husband and wife come to me, and they have been fighting and quarreling. I talk to the husband privately. He says, Swami, she will never change. I talk to the wife quietly, separately. She says, Swami, he will never change. I call them together and I say, tell me, how many years have you been married? 5 years, 10 years, 12 years? Tell me, sir, during those 12 years, has your wife done any pleasant thing for you? Has she given you any pleasure of any kind? Says, yes, of course she has, naturally, yes. I asked the lady, in the 12 years of your marriage, has your husband ever done anything sweet and beautiful for you? Oh yes, he has, of course, done many things like that. I send them home and I tell them, sit down in your room and write down all the pleasant things he has done for you. And you write down all the pleasant things she has done for you. And call me when you are done. So they called me, yes, I've written down, there's some very beautiful things I remembered. Yes, I've written down, there were some wonderful things I remembered. I said, now exchange the notes. You give your notes to her, you give your notes to him. It's up to you what you do with your mind. Learn to replace your unhappy, angry, and fearful thoughts. Okay? Replace them with beautiful thoughts. You see something ugly. Remember something beautiful that you saw some time back, and your reaction to something ugly will not be so strong. It all depends on what you choose to do with your mind. Now you have let your mind forget its power. You just have to remind your mind of its power. And you do that by training the mind through regular daily meditation. Tell your mind, now for the next few minutes, I will make my mind to relax my body. For the next few minutes, I will let my mind feel the flow of my very gentle breath. And by that gentle breath, your mind will become gentle. By observing the even flowing breath, your mind will become even flowing. And one thing more will happen. You see, at present, you allow your mind to be so divided. One part of the mind is fighting with the other part of the mind. And you do not know what really your mind wants. You have never told your mind what you want the mind to do. Now it is time that you tell your mind what you want the mind to do. All right? So at present, your mind is divided into 100 different pieces. All those pieces fighting against each other. One minute you say, I like that person. Next minute you say, I don't like that person. I like this color. No, I don't like this color. Do you like the person or don't you like the person? Do you like the color or don't you like the color? So now you have to learn the art that the mind should not be so divided against itself, fighting within itself all the time. It has been found in our scientific experiments with electroencephalograms and MRI scans that different parts of the brain work all in different ways. There's no coherence. There's no even flow. But in the case of the meditators, the different parts of the brain begin to act in coherence and harmony. So when you meditate, you bring all those different parts of the brain to focus on one single flow. And that way, slowly, 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 your habit of the mind being in conflict with each other, the different parts of the mind being in conflict with each other, that habit will change. All of your mind will have one single flow. You will have so much conflict. You will know what you want to do, and because your mind was like a beam, you will accomplish what you wish to accomplish. You see, remember that when you say that other people are blocking you, that is not true. When you say other people are resisting you, that is not true. If somebody is resisting you, first the resistance is in your mind towards him. When you have no resistance inside you towards him, he will not resist you. Because of your non-resistance, the way you will speak will go right into the other person's heart. You can try that in your family. You can try that in your business. You can try that in the company you are running. Reduce your own resistances to the people and they will not resist you. They will do whatever you want to do. For that, you need to teach your mind how to flow like a stream of calm water. Once you have learned that art of the mind, life will flow like a stream of calm water. In your life at the moment, you incline to one side, you are sad. You incline to the other side, you are temporarily happy. In India, like the monastic caves you have in China, we have Ajanta caves. These are big temples and monasteries carved out of the mountain. And in one of those Ajanta caves is a statue of the Buddha. If you throw light on it from the left side, the Buddha's face looks a little sad. If you throw the light from the right side, his face looks a little happy. And we throw the light right in the center, the face becomes serene. That is a lesson for all of us. From which side are you taking the light? From the left side, from the right side, or from the center? Learn to center yourself. A month and a half ago, I was teaching a course in our ashram in Rishikesh in India on a particular, very ancient Sanskrit text. You see, perhaps you know that all of the Buddhist that is taught in China is a Chinese translation from the text in the Sanskrit language. Like the words you use in your mantras, Om Namo, they are all Sanskrit words, but you have forgotten the meaning. For example, the word Om, as in Om Mani Padme Hum, it is made up of 3 sounds. A, U, Ma. This represents that the devotee's mind, speech, and body have become one with the mind, speech, and body of the Buddha. That the devotee's consciousness has become one with the, you will not understand these Sanskrit words for now, has become one with the Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya. And the word Om thus unites you with all the Bodhisattvas. When you are thus united with all the Bodhisattvas, you have no weaknesses. You have reached all the paramitas, all the perfections, and you become the Bodhisattva. Okay? Learn to become the Bodhisattva yourself. Don't only worship them, become like them, act like them. If you cannot become like them in one life, you make a start now. In some life you will become like them. So you have difficulty deciding what to do with that difficult person in the company. Think in your mind, what will the Bodhisattva do? I ask myself when I have difficulty in my ashram, I say, now what will my Guru do? I calm my mind through meditation, and then I ask, what will my Guru do in this situation? Similarly, in your family, in your business, you have difficulty with somebody. First, calm your mind through few minutes of meditation. When it has become the calmest, at that time ask, what will a Bodhisattva do? Then try to do that. Then you have made a start towards yourself becoming a Bodhisattva. So the text that I was teaching 2 months ago came a beautiful phrase in it. I'll let you recite that phrase. It is in pure Sanskrit language from which all the Buddhist texts were translated into Chinese by great acharyas, great scholars like Kumarajiva and Shensang and Yitsing and so on. And the phrase that came in that particular sutra, recite for me, Smera Smera Stimita.
Smera Stimita.
Do you think it's a beautiful sound? Smera Smera, smiling, smiling. Stimita, stilled, serene. Like the face of Jesus, like the face of the Buddha, smiling, smiling, serene. When your mind is unhappy, remember this phrase. You can write it down. Smera, smera, stimita. Smiling, smiling, serene. Make that the condition, not of your lips, but of your mind. Your mind smiling, your mind smiling, your mind serene, your mind not divided against itself. All the parts of the mind flowing like a calm stream of water, okay? Like the face of Avalokiteshvara, like the face of Kuan Yin. Don't only worship, be like her because she is in you. Only because you cannot see her in you, that is why you make the statue outside and worship. Worship her here. And when you will worship her here, the world will think you are Kuan Yin.
真的是
I'll
观音。
teach you a few more Sanskrit phrases today. What is your nature? Can you say after me? Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Swabhava. Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Swabhava. Can you say it all together? Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Swabhava. Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Swabhava. Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Swabhava. Shuddha, ever pure. Buddha, ever enlightened. Mukta, ever liberated. Swabhava, by nature. Okay? Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Swabhava. Ever pure, ever enlightened, ever liberated by nature. If you cannot remember the phrases, you can listen to the CD and memorize those phrases. Whenever
CD.
you are unhappy, depressed, smera, smera, stimita. Whenever you have a bad opinion about yourself,
有时候
I am
你觉
Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta Swabhava. I am by nature pure, ever enlightened, ever liberated. And you will become like that. Slowly, slowly, slowly. 5 years from now, people say, you have changed. People who make spiritual progress, they never know they are making spiritual progress. Don't keep thinking, am I making progress? Am I making progress? Sometimes people ask me, some lady asks me, Swamiji, am I making progress in my meditation? And I say, I don't know, ask your daughter-in-law. She will tell you if you are making spiritual progress. So others will know the change that will happen in you. So in India, we have many, many, many spiritual traditions. You know about the tradition of the Buddha, but then there is tradition of the Vedas, 2,500 years before the Buddha. And in all of these traditions, we have phrases like these to recite, to absorb, to identify with. You recite the Heart Sutra and you say, Yad rupam sa shunyata ya shunyata tad rupam. Whatever is form, that is emptiness. Whatever is emptiness, that is form. But you don't apply it to your mind. You don't meditate on it. You do not realize your own shunyata nature. Today I asked you to use the word Om Namo for your meditation. There are many words you can use. There are many mantras. Those who have received a personal mantra from us, they can use their personal mantra. If you have not received a personal mantra, then use any other short phrase like Om Namo, like Soham, and so on. But always use the same phrase. Do not keep changing, otherwise you will keep changing your mind. Until you receive a personal mantra, choose one phrase, short one, that will flow with your breath. Okay? For the purpose of breath awareness practice, it should always be a short mantra that can flow with the breath. When you recite the Kuan Yin mantra, what we call Tara mantra in India, Om Tare Tuttare Ture Swaha. Now that is difficult to go with the breath. It's too long. But there are shorter forms of the same mantras that you can use for breath awareness meditation. Gate Gate Para Gate Para Sangate Bodhiswaha. Okay, your pronunciation in China has become a little bit disturbed. So I like to correct your pronunciation. Okay? Say after me, Gate Gate, Para Gate, Para Sangate, Bodhi Swaha, Gate Gate, Para Gate, Para Sangate, Bodhi Swaha, Gate Gate, Para Gate, Para Sangate, Bodhi Swaha. That is the correct pronunciation of that mantra. For practicing with the breath, you need a shorter form. And those shorter forms are known to the meditation masters. But you take one like Om Namo, very short form. Or take Soham. Now, one of the purposes of these mantras is to remind you of your own nature, your Buddha nature, and that in all your senses with which you are so involved, there is nothing but emptiness. Okay? Wherever you are sitting, you are driving, you are standing on the roadside, okay? You are waiting for someone, you are sitting in a doctor's office, you are in a train or in an aeroplane. What do you do with your mind? I see people sitting there shaking their legs, looking here, looking there, looking there. What is there so interesting? Then say, I am bored. Now they take out movies on this iPhone, and you have time to watch the movies on the iPhone, but you are too busy for 5 minutes of meditation. Okay? Let's make a deal with each other. You watch all the movies on the iPhone, but before watching, for 5 minutes do a meditation. And after watching, for 5 minutes do a meditation. I'm not saying don't watch movies on your iPhone. Do. What do you say? I come all the way from India, you will not honor me? And say, yes, we agree? Huh? Yes? Okay, good. So watch all the movies, but before watching, for 5 minutes do, just relax. Feel the breath, take a mantra, calm down. And after you watch the movie, wash off all the violence and excitement. Do a 5-minute meditation more. And do it every day, every time. And a year from now, your friends will say, you have become a very calm person. And I want to tell you one thing. When you ask somebody to do something with a calm mind, your voice will be a calm voice. And when you will speak with that calm mind and calm voice, your employee in your business or in your company will not resist you. They will do whatever you want them to do. You can try it. And your child also. Okay? And your husband and your wife also. Learn to rediscover your own inner pure nature. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhava. Can you memorize that? By nature, ever pure, ever enlightened, ever liberated. Sometimes people lie sick in their bed. They are much in pain. They keep saying, I am sick, I am in pain, I am sick, I am in pain. Instead of reciting this mantra, I am sick, I am in pain, I am sick, I am in pain, recite,
我有
my mind is not in pain. My mind is calm.
宁静的，
Do not make body conditions into mind conditions. Remember this, I will repeat that for you. Do not make body conditions into mind conditions. And the conditions of the outside, do not make them into your conditions. Okay? Then you will be a guide to the world. It will take time. It will not happen in one lifetime. Okay? You want to be a successful person. People ask me, Swamiji, what is your idea of your personal success? You want to know what my idea for my personal success is? That when I die, I am a better person than when I was born. I may not have become a Buddha, but when I die, I want to know I am now a better person than when I was born. And I tell you one thing, when you will make this journey towards that form of success, then other successes will come to you naturally. I know you have many questions. You want to ask some questions? When I say, don't ask whether am I making progress, I don't mean don't ask. Okay?
当我
What I meant to say is that others will tell you, have I done the right thing? That is the question. An angry person came in my presence, and I retorted in anger. Then obviously I am not making progress. An angry person came in my presence and went away smiling. Then I know I have made progress. Okay? The angry person came in your presence and you said to yourself, now, what is his pain? What is his suffering? You address that pain. You remove that pain from him and he will go smiling. Otherwise, you have sown the same poison in the atmosphere that everybody else is sowing. So look at yourself and say, have I done the right thing? Was my response to someone unloving a loving response? That is progress. Okay. Sometimes people sit down to meditate in a group and they are thinking, is that person meditating better than me? Then you are not meditating. Am I meditating better than yesterday? Then you are not meditating. Okay? So that is what I mean by not keeping on checking on whether I'm making progress. At that moment, be what you need to be. Think what you should think. Act in the manner in which you ought to act. Any other question? First of all, do not teach the children. Teach yourself. When I teach a child to meditate, I just take the child in my lap like this, calm down, breathe gently, breathe as though I am breathing through my own body and through the child's body. And the child senses it, goes into meditative state. You do not teach children meditation by sitting them in a class. You teach a child to meditate when you are pregnant. That is the time to teach your child to meditate. Whatever your state of mind, the child inside you picks up that state of mind. And if you have a calm, meditative mind when you are pregnant, then the child will be born with a calm and meditative mind. Second time to teach a child to meditate is when you are breastfeeding the child. Be calm. Do the breastfeeding while watching your breath. Do the breastfeeding while you are remembering your mantra. And the child will pick up a meditative state, not meditative technique. Okay? And the other time to teach the child to be meditative, to be in a meditative state, is when the child is ready to fall asleep. If you are teaching the child to do the relaxation and child falls asleep, that's very good. Because some element of that meditation will go into his sleep. Before I became a monk, I was a married man. I raised 4 children in America, and I taught them all to meditate, so I speak from my personal experience. So sometimes I've gone on a long lecture tour and come back, and it is time for the child to go to sleep. And the child says, "Tell us a story, tell us a story." And I say, "I'm very tired." They say, "Okay, then give us a relaxation." And I gave them a relaxation. Relax your forehead, relax your eyebrows, relax your eyes, relax your nostrils. By the time I reached their knees, and they were beautiful sleep. The sleep of a very calm mind, not the sleep of a disturbed mind. All of that you need to teach yourself. If you say to your child, "Relax your forehead," he's going to be more tense. He's going to cry. So you have to know when you are relaxed, relax your forehead. Then the child will relax. Is there such a thing as a creator in the yoga tradition? We go with yoga tradition according to your belief system. We do not impose a belief on you. Do you want to know if there is a creator God or not? Don't ask me. Find out yourself. In your meditation, someday you will find out. Okay? And when you find out, you will also find one thing more with it. That the way you have even a faraway vision of God, whatever you have read about God, whatever the preachers have told you about God, whatever is written about God, when you experience God, God is simply not like that. Then you will say, "Well, Swami, what is he like?" You want to know the answer? Huh? The answer is this. That's the answer. You will find out yourself. Seek that silence in which the answer can come to you as a personal experience. All right? I think I'll have to ask our friend Mr. Shihong to translate my book, Philosophy of Hatha Yoga, into Chinese. It's a very big topic you have raised. What is the meaning of the word hatha? Ha means right nostril breath and tha means left nostril breath. Ha means yang, tha means yin. Ha means solar force, tha means lunar force. The word yoga means to unite the force of ha and the force of tha, to merge the lunar and the solar, to merge the feminine and the masculine, to merge the yin and yang. Okay, that is the meaning of the word hatha yoga. What people are teaching as hatha yoga nowadays as purely a physical exercise is very incomplete hatha yoga. Hatha yoga begins with breath and ends with breath. Movement is with breath awareness. Every movement of hatha asana is with breath awareness. The smooth flow of breath and the awareness of that flow. So in that awareness, the hatha yoga becomes meditation. The two cannot be separated. Okay? Now, the short mantra and the breath. Just when you are feeling the flow of the breath, at the same time think the mantra in the mind. Just as we did about an hour ago. And we'll do it again for 2 minutes before we close. That mantra for meditation is not used with the mouth. The tongue does not move. It is purely a mental flow. One thought flowing with the breath. Same thought again and again and again. And I'll lead you through that one more time. Any other? Do we really need a teacher? How do I know if it is the right teacher? How do we prepare ourselves for a teacher? Do I need to have a teacher to teach me chemistry? Do I need a teacher to teach me anatomy? Do I need a teacher to teach me how to do surgery? Can I just not read a book and start doing surgery on people? That is what people are doing with yoga. The teacher has gone through an experience. He has been trained. He knows subtle points. If I go to a chemistry lab with a book and start making experiments, more likely I'll blow up the whole lab. As to the question of how do I know it is the right teacher? Something inside will tell you. Then you will have no doubt. Okay? Yoga is a very vast science. It has many, many, many branches. Not every teacher knows all the branches of yoga. Only the greatest masters know all the branches of yoga. Each one of us has his own or her own personality. So this branch of yoga that teacher specializes in may be suitable for your personality type.
Nice.
Or it may not be suitable for your personality type. If your personal path of meditation is the path of concentration on a light, a teacher whose path is that of concentrating on sound will not be able to guide you. If the path for your personality is to concentrate on sound, then the teacher who has not practiced that path will not be able to guide you. So you will find out yourself from inside you, and you will have a connection. How do we prepare ourselves for a teacher? Self-purification, all the things I said today. You can read the books of great teachers. my master Swami Rama of the Himalayas, what preparations he went through. So we start preparing now with our own purification. Little less anger, little less resistance, little less selfishness, a little less jealousy, a little more discipline, little more smera stimita, little more smiling, being serene and still. Very simple rules to memorize, very difficult to remember. Remember them. All right. Let us have 5 minutes more of meditation. Now this will show exactly how to combine a mantra. Those who have a personal mantra, use the personal mantra. Those who do not have a personal mantra, use the word Soham. I gave you Om Namo because most Chinese know this mantra, okay, this part. So you can do whatever one, but one, only one. You always use the same mantra so that your mind learns to focus. Bring your attention to yourself. Relax your forehead. Relax your shoulders. Relax all parts of your body. With a relaxed mind, bring your awareness to your breathing. Only observe how your breath is flowing. Simply by observing, your breath will slow down. Feel the flow and the touch of your breath in your nostrils. Breathing gently, slowly and smoothly. No break between the breaths. Breathing out, think Om Namo. Breathing in, think Om Namo. between the breaths. No break in the mantra thought. Keep the flow without a break. Without breaking the feel of the flow, gently open your eyes. May all the divine powers bless you.